So thanks a lot for sharing that. And we are exactly at 5, and really appreciate that so many of you all have made it before time, not just on time. And we're going to start right now. My name is Aparna Ponnappa, and I'm here to just do a quick introduction and then hand over the session to Odette. I'm calling in today from Coorg. And about 35 years ago, my father-in-law, PM Ayana, today's his birthday, he started planting trees. And people here thought he was mad because he was planting trees as a planter in Coorg. And not only that, he was trying to kind of work with schools and colleges, and he made tree planting a big thing during his lifetime. Of course, we continue his work, and people still think we are mad. And people have laughed at us, and that didn't keep us away from doing it. Last year, when Odette did a call to arms, you know, she really inspired all of us, especially me, to start talking to people and telling them to stop spitting. I really felt, you know, how my father-in-law would have felt, you know, because people just would look up at me like, you know, what are you even talking about? And one of the interesting things that I found is, you know, this is such a behavior which is rampant. It's across classes. It's across, you know, socioeconomic classes for sure, across communities. You know, there's not one single community that just doesn't spit. I mean, this is a real problem. Lots of my friends, my family, all of them seem to be, you know, suddenly spitting. And, you know, that's what became visible to me when Odette said, you know, let's stop India spitting. And with that, you know, last year I was also doing a lot of work around, you know, food relief to help, you know, people who couldn't get access to food. And of course, you know, this year that is not a problem. You know, I mean, I think a lot of food is going out to people. This year we have other prerogatives. But one of the things which are missing, you know, in all the communication that we're seeing is really a call to arms for us all to not be spitting. So you're seeing a lot of communication which is about, you know, get vaccination done so that, you know, we can kind of work towards herd immunity. We are seeing wear the mask. We are saying wash your hands. We're seeing a lot of these messages which are also, you know, cut, copy, paste from a lot of international communication, as it were. You know, it's been designed for the West, and then it doesn't address certain behavior changes that we need in India. And one of them really is around the habit of spitting. So today we are here to really address what we can do at a personal level. What can we do at a personal level? What can we do as community members? We're all living in a society, and what can we do as community members? And what can we do with our official capacities? You know, a lot of us, you know, have some kind of a designation. We have some kind of power and influence. And can we really come together to create a big, huge change, which will not only help us with Corona and the rampant spread of Corona right now, but will it also help us with other diseases, you know, which are rampant in India, for example, TB and a lot of other airborne infectious diseases, or, you know, things that spread through spitting. And today, that is really the conversation, and it's a call to arms to all of you. And with that, I'm going to ask Odette to take this session forward and also introduce Dr. Kunal. This is the agenda here. You can see it on the screen, and over to you, Odette.
Aparna, I think you have to start recording. I'm not sure if you started.
I've started.
Thank you so much. And to everyone who knows Odette of Beautiful Bengaluru as co-founder, obviously as co-founder, there's a second co-founder, and this is the hidden Aparna who's been so busy in these 5 years, but I'm very glad to have her fully in the picture again. And guess what drew her out from her busy schedule? The subject of spitting. Just like, I think you all know, Beautiful Bengaluru has been around, we've completed 5 years in January, working on less litter, waste, basically sustainable living, largely into cleaner public spaces. And it was last March when COVID preventive list first came that this thing came on my radar. We were all washing our hands, remember, 20 seconds proper wash. If you can see the street outside my balcony, it leads to a slum. And while I was washing my hands, I happened to look out of my window and I saw a person spitting. And I said, what is the use of us doing all this, taking so many precautions, if nothing is being said about spitting. So that was the red flag on that day. It was March 16th in the morning. I talked about it on Beautiful Bengaluru WhatsApp group, and everyone said we must do something. So here we are today. But before I take the session forward, I would like to introduce Dr. Kunal Sharma, and we are very privileged to have Dr. Kunal Sharma with us here. He's one of Bangalore's noted physicians. He is section head and consultant oncopathologist at SRL Diagnostics and Fortis. He's in charge of the reference center of flow cytometry, expert in oncopathology. He has a long list. I will take 5 minutes only to read it, but the key parts are, in other words, we are very privileged to have somebody who's doing so much for the city in particular. He's a medical advisor to the government of Karnataka. He's part of the COVID consultative committee. He's also involved in advising KSRTC. He's got a lot of input, as well as he brings it out to the city to contribute from the medical perspective. And though it's a crazy time for all doctors, he was kind enough, even through his exhaustion, to say yes, he will join today. Thank you, Dr. Kunal, for being here. I hand it over to you to lay the groundwork of how important from the medical angle it is to do what we believe we must do, and we are trying.
So good evening, everybody. Thank you, Odette, for having me over. And I think we have been time and again through different meetings stressing out the importance of not spitting alongside a lot of other things that are going around, especially in a pandemic like like in which we are today. It's something that we have never seen, and today most of all we should realize the importance of what basic steps of hygiene actually mean. So from a medical perspective, I would like to share with people that while we stress a lot on not coughing and not sneezing, or probably coughing in the right manner, washing hands, not spitting is something that is definitely very, very under-talked in our country. And also it is something which is very common. Some people see it as a fashion of sorts, especially with the kind of oral tobacco chewing that we have in India. And, spitting, there are two aspects to the medical hazards that spitting causes. One is that it is, of course, related to tobacco chewing per se, majority of it. And that is a basis of a lot of oral cancers, bad dental hygiene, caries, infections, and a lot of other things. But spitting in general also is responsible for a lot of airborne illnesses. Besides flu, we also know that India has one of the highest number of tuberculosis cases in the country. Tuberculosis, when coupled with HIV, causes even more severe havoc in the community. Then we have cases of viral meningitis, Epstein-Barr viruses, which causes glandular fever. So there are many illnesses which are caused because of spitting and the droplets that are released into the atmosphere. It is all the more pertinent now to discuss this, especially in the scenario of COVID-19, because as we are seeing, the latest reports suggest that COVID-19 is now confirmed to be an airborne illness. Okay, so in that regard, you are basically voluntarily throwing salivary droplets into the air, into the atmosphere. So it is something which is intentionally very bad. Like sneezing and cough is sometimes it is something you can't control. It is a stimulus of sorts to clear blockages in the airway or when you have irritation. But spitting is something which is completely needless. It is something that you can completely control. And so that is one aspect of it which I would definitely like to highlight. So that is why we need to be very careful. And Stop Spitting campaign is definitely doing what needs to be done right now, and it's a very pertinent issue. It definitely needs to be addressed on a larger scale. I think with that, I leave the ground open for everybody else.
So over to you, Odette, if you want to kind of come in there and, share about, what we could really do and, this real critical call to arms. I think the message is very, very clear by Dr. Kunal. He's taken time off from his terrifically busy schedule. He's one of the COVID frontline warriors out there. And absolutely clear that spitting is intentional, therefore it must be stopped. Unlike sneezing and coughing, which is a body function, spitting is not something like that. And people seem to be just doing it out of habit. And this is on us to kind of create that change. Over to you, Odette. Thank you, Doctor. Also, if anyone has any questions, please do put up your hands. Doctor is here with us for a while. So if we could also get some questions answered. Go ahead, Odette.
Thank you so much, Dr. Kunal. I want to add that he's having an exhausting, such an exhausting schedule these days. His relaxation is coming from this session.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and even in that, what value added he's doing. And today, as everyone is locked indoors with lockdown, the fact that you decide to spend this time on a subject like spitting, who would have ever thought, right? The fact that COVID is here makes it so terribly important. I think, as I said, we started this on 16th of March last year. We did get some traction. I'll take you through a bit of that journey, but the crux of what I'm going to address today is what each of you who are present here, what role you can play, not only yourselves, as Aparna said, as individuals or the communities that you belong to, but how important it is for you to infect others around you with Stop India Spitting fever faster than COVID itself is spreading. So let me share my screen now and take you through a few of the, So if we have to choose a campaign picture, I choose this lovely scene. I walk on this every morning. Beautiful sunlight, not a campaign picture with spitting, because this is the India that we want. Beautiful, clean sidewalks with no spit at all. The Lancet, if you've seen this poster, those 2 lines from the Lancet article, which just came out on the 15th, very, very clearly drive home the fact of how important it is to stop spitting. I have an advisor in Pune who's again a chest surgeon, a COVID specialist, and currently, unfortunately, himself also down with COVID. He would have otherwise also given us a short video, but I'm reading out a sentence which he has sent me. Spitting is not natural. No animal spits. Have you seen any animal spit? Spitting is not natural for humans too. Have you ever seen babies and small children spit? We have to teach them how to spit after brushing teeth, whereas we don't have to teach them to suck milk because that is natural. Spitting is not natural. It is abnormal. It is a dirty habit, and good that you're doing something about it. So coming back to what we can do. So this is the petition we put out to the Prime Minister asking that spitting become punishable. Also an open letter. In 3 weeks, the petition went viral, and on the 15th of April last year, through the MHA guidelines, spitting became punishable. The PM spoke about it in Mann Ki Baat. So the box is ticked because on the government list, spitting is punishable across the country. We would all be aware of that. Tell me, on the ground, in truth, do you see any change? And this next picture I'm sharing with you tells you, this is clicked about 2 months back. There's a do not spit sign. This is in one of the prestigious apartments in our country, in our city. So this tells you that on the ground, nothing has changed. And that's why we are making a lot of noise. That top line I've written out there is that the gap with the government has been bridged to some extent. I'm happy to say in Karnataka, the gap is bridged to the extent we have full support from BBMP on this. And unfortunately, Randeep sir couldn't attend this, but in a while I'll play a little bit of the appeal that he has made to the public. But government of Karnataka now agrees that spitting is critical, and spitting is also there. And the marshals, there's a team of about 550 marshals, I'm not sure of the exact number, across the city assigned to each ward. And now they have instructions along with the fining they're doing for masks, also to fine for spitting. So if any of you would like to do a drive in your area, you can, I'll tell you the modality to go forward. We have Vinod Jacob on this call also from Namma Bengaluru Foundation. He'll talk a bit about the drives that they have been doing, but it's so easy to get the marshals to your area. Those marshals in their uniforms walking around doing fining. It's an immediate deterrent. The word gets around, array, this guy was fined. They may be finding only 200, but that still spreads the message. The important thing, everyone, is there is still this gap in the government of India preventive lists, because they are only talking about masks, hand hygiene and distancing. They do not club spitting in that list of 4. Spitting comes on and off separately. If any of you has any connects that can connect us with anyone in the government, that will be really appreciated. That is one battle I've been fighting constantly for the last, this is the 14th month and fighting. At the time of our petition, luckily we had a contact of a contact of a contact in PMO, and we ensured that our message got read by the PMO. That contact is no longer available. And I'm after 14 months realizing that contacts are the only way that you can get the message through, so that we can try to get it top down rather than laterally as we are doing. So what we are doing, and this is a picture, Suresh is probably on the call. Suresh is a valuable member of Beautiful Bengaluru. This is an amazing cartoon he did for us yesterday. And what does it tell you? This is exactly how the habit passes down from generation to generation. Children do what they see their parents doing. People do what they see everyone doing. It is ingrained in our country. And if we have to break that, who can break the chain? It is only those who do not spit. So when I ask you who our target audience is, everyone says the people who spit. No doubt the people who spit. And I'll tell you a scary fact. They wear masks to keep away COVID. They lift the mask, spit it, and spit, because they don't get the means, they don't get the link with saliva and COVID. And that is the gap, which is the crux of what our campaign aims to bridge. To tell people who are spitting spreads COVID, please don't spit. And who can do it? Only those who do not spit. So the second part of our target audience, dear friends, is all of us who do not spit. We are very much part of it. And that is why the campaign is called Stop India Spitting. It is a call to action. Whereas had we said Stop Spitting India, that part of India that doesn't spit tunes out and says, not my problem, I don't spit. Stop India Spitting says everyone get involved and let's make this our goal. So a lot of people over the last few months have told me, no, we don't have this problem in our building, or we don't have this problem in our area. And I was finding people not interested to get involved. And now I have been explaining to people, in your list of problems, this may be low in your area, but think about it. Here, COVID has given the country a real chance for us to do something about spitting in public places. Till now, nobody listened. Did you try telling someone not to spit, let's say before COVID, 5 years ago? They'd look at you and tell you that you were mad to tell them not to spit. Today, if you say, Bhaiya, kyun thuk rahe, COVID fell rahe, uggi bedi, roga, they actually listen and say sorry. So this is what we have to do. And so I'm telling people, this is a social revolution we have to spread across the country. And everyone who doesn't spit needs to be a part of it, especially children. Our survey showed that people under 35 were not so bothered about this subject and issue, and that is worrying. So we need to, and I'm happy we have Rao sir from Shishu Griha, which is a key campaign partner. We have a lot of schools, and all of you who have children, friends, encourage their schools to get involved, because we want children to be a part of this. So what we really want, so the children can even help us with drawing lovely stuff like this. One more important thing, before COVID, 99.3% of people in our survey of 750 people said, yes, we must do something, the time is right. More significantly, we asked people that if you saw someone spitting on the street, what would you tell them? Would you tell them something? And earlier, only 45% of people were willing to do it. But today, 89% of people say, yes, I will get involved. This is not today. This is actually June of last year. Today, it might be 100%. Who knows? So these are the 3 stages. The first stage was the problem acknowledgement. We've been making a lot of noise. We need everyone to make noise about spitting. The second stage is where we are at, and how you can get involved. There are 4 simple things everyone can do. The first is put up simple signs. I'll come to 3, 4, and 5 shortly, 2, 3, and 4 shortly. These are the kind of signs that are coming up across the country. So Stop India Spitting is a national level movement, and please connect us with anyone in any part of the country who can support this. We have a national chapter as well. A simple sign at the entrance. You see the picture right in the middle. The first COVID case that came in our area in early April last year. This was the day that that sign went up. It's still very much there. It costs 30 rupees, but every person entering this apartment complex, which has about maybe 300 apartments, every person enters that. So if somebody didn't know the connection with COVID, they know it now. If they knew it, it's a reminder. We have these signs available. We'll share the drive link. You can take a variety of signs. We'll give you the open file, play around with it. We have it in every language. But the first thing you can do, print an A4 sign. I suggest you do it in color. If you get it laminated, it'll last for many months. Put it at the entrance to your apartment, your local shop. This is a banner and this is a sticker design. So if you can involve someone who can help you print the stickers, we can do it on, stick them on autos, stick them on pani puri carts, vegetable carts. So this is a very important part. I think Nisha is there on the call. So all of these pictures were contributed right through Rajaji Nagar. When we invite partners to speak, I'll ask Nisha to share this. They put it across every house on every street in their area. Tell me, do you think after seeing those signs, people would spit as freely? Part of the reason they spit so freely is nobody tells them to stop, right? And most people say it's so dirty, I don't want to get involved. So telling people to stop in a nice way, instead of shouting at them, if you shout, it'll become an argument. But so what we're telling people, just simply tell them, why are you wearing a mask? Don't you not want to get COVID? But by spitting, COVID spreads faster. And they listen, and most of them don't know. They say, "Aise hai kya?" And that becomes, a point of awareness for them. This is Richmond, Nithya, I guess, is on the call, Richmond Road and Langford Association. They put out these signs in every single pan shop. You can see the famous Koshis there. Every single pan shop, chai shop has these signs. Now, anyone who didn't know that spitting was not okay, anyone who had the habit, of course, they have reduced their habit because of this. So the first one is the signs. Please access them, please print them, please use them. Second is resources. See, to get people to talk about a subject of spitting, we need people to get involved and interested. So we have been creating a host of resources. I'll quickly share with you some of them, and they've been fun stuff as well. Many of these are done by students, the one on the top left and the middle one. Students who help us, who then get credit for it because they are happy that they've contributed to a national cause. If you know anyone who can do dance, music, any of these. So here is that among the videos, I'll also share with you our Stop India Spitting YouTube drive. If we have time at the end, I can play for you some of the short videos that we have. We have a rap, English, Hindi. We have 2 Beatles songs come together, and imagine there's no spitting. All of these are getting national attention through NDTV, India Today. This article came out on the Hindu, because Hindu Chennai, and it went on Chennai Super Kings. And all of these resources, whenever they get put out, Chennai Super Kings has 12 million followers. It brings the subject of spitting on everyone's radar. So this is what we'd really like everyone to do. And if you say, I don't know the language, we've made it easy for you. Access this in 10 different languages, how to say no spitting, please, spitting spreads corona, let's keep the virus away. So coming to the impact on the ground, these are some of the campaign partners who've helped us, worked with us. I think some of them are here. So I've talked about the science, I've talked about the resources, I've talked about conversations. It's no longer okay to see someone spitting on the street and keep quiet and turn the other way because it's too disgusting, because that will only make the habit go forward longer. What we really need to do is to tell people, explain to them that they are spreading disease. Most of them don't even know. And while Dr. Kunal talked about COVID and all of the other diseases, here's a shocking fact I came to know recently. We were worried in January that we were not worried in that sense. We were happy that COVID was on the way out, but we were worried that will the campaign continue? Will people, listen now that COVID's gone? Will spitting come back? So we shifted to the platform of TB on 24th of March on World TB Day. And at that event, here are crazy facts. 1 ml of sputum of an infected tuberculosis patient contains 10,000 tuberculosis bacteria. There is no wonder, therefore, that India leads the world's tally. We are 30% of the world's TB caseload. COVID will come and go. TB is here to stay unless we immediately jump in. So whether or not you see people spitting all around, our communities have people who spit. Our survey showed us most people talked of cab drivers, auto drivers, maids, guards, malis. So we all interact with such people. It's our responsibility, therefore, to do two kinds of conversations. One is preemptive conversations with our guards, our building guards, etc., explaining to them, our maids. The second is when you see someone spitting on the road, explain to them. And so these are the three important things: the signs, the conversations, sharing our resources, helping us create more of them. You will find there are very fantastic resources here, contributed by people all across the country.
And just a quick time check, Odette.
Yeah. Yes, Aparna. The fourth thing is networking, because this is something that pulls in everyone across the country. If you know people, let's say, who can help us to get signs at every airport, you see at the bottom right, that's Bangalore Airport. They put out our Stop India Spitting on their digital screens. They're still running. So likewise, we'd like to connect with other airports, railways, cab companies. If any of you have connects in all of these, if you have friends who can help us create resources, contacts with schools, because we need to do a lot of webinars. If you yourself have friends who say, hey, I'd love to do webinars, we need more people to do webinars. So there are many such things that people can connect with us for. Little later, we'll give you a form to fill in where all of these are clearly given, so we can pull out who are those people and stay connected with you. So from my side, I think this is all I had to say on the campaign. But the most important part is that this is an opportunity provided inadvertently by COVID to our country. Let's not miss it this time. We missed it for swine flu. The Spit Spreads Death poster on this campaign, on this webinar event, came from 1918 Spanish flu, and I got permission to use it from the College of Physicians in Philadelphia. 1918 is when the West put in measures. We are only 102 years too late. We started last year, but it has to be intensive effort, which is possible with support and many, many more people getting involved. So that's from my side in terms of the perspective, but more importantly, how each one of you, whether you're an individual, whether you represent an RWA, I know we have a lot of heads of different groups from Bangalore today, whether you represent the media, whatever you represent, there's a definite role for each one. And we really look forward to support on this huge task, which can be made smaller if everybody gets involved.
Thanks, Odette, for that. Three things, three clear takeaways. Spread the message through putting up posters and communication, definitely. The second one was, to create resources. And the third one was to connect with people, network to connect with people and make this happen. I know I'm haunted and deeply distressed by the death of a very, very close friend of mine. He was a community worker, and sometimes we wonder, where is COVID coming from? But you have these germs just lying around with spitting. We heard how it is a conscious choice to spit, which is happening with people. And I'm proud to say that at least for the last couple of months, whenever I've seen somebody spitting, I've taken that extra step to say, can you please stop? And when people say why, and I just say, COVID spreads, it's very contagious, and you could be carrying these germs. Please stop spitting, and people just understand it really fast. And I know that my little bit I have done towards preventing that kind of harm. So this is really a call to arms. We must do a little bit, and of course we should do a lot. And with that, Odette is going to bring in a couple of partners of ours who've been doing a lot. And let's just hear from them. And folks, please do keep all your suggestions coming on chat. You can message it to everyone. Some of you are directly messaging me. You can just share it with everyone. This is all of us coming together, really. With that, Odette, back to you.
So I would like to invite Nalini. Nalini, you're here. Nalini is from Hasirudala. I think Nalini and Akshata may both be present. Probably Nirmala as well. So they work with communities, not just waste pickers, but many marginalized communities, not just in Bangalore, but in many states in India. And I'm so happy that they adopted the stop spitting message, spitting spreads disease. So I would like to hear from Nalini some of how, or Akshata, either of you who's present, what was the impact and how many people you could reach this message out to? In my impact slide, I have one picture from Hasiru Dala as well. Nalini?
Yeah, I let Akshata speak today. Akshata, go ahead. She was the primary person who did that.
See your face. Akshata, if you're there.
Hi, Odette.
Hi, Akshata. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. It'll be nice if we could see your face.
Hi, Odette. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Akshata, we can hear you.
Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
you are.
yes, Akshata, you're audible. If you can switch on the video, it will be nice.
Some network issues, Nalini. It's not very stable. My connectivity is really bad.
No problem.
So, Odette and everyone, hi, I'm Akshata. So we did a project called Community Health Facilitator Program during the pandemic. So ideally, it was, like we chose some people from the community who could handle basic health check for during the pandemic. So we were giving them out posters, so they used to go door to door to check their vitals and like temperature and other pulse, the oxygen saturation levels and all that. So what really helped during this time is they used to carry posters. So in many, like we almost were in Bangalore. So we had 61 people, volunteers on board. So what basically they did is they used to do door-to-door campaigning. They used to go door-to-door, carry our posters. One of the poster series was shared earlier by Audit. So ideally, this is how we campaigned for it. One good thing what happened due to that is, see, this project stopped in February. Okay, so we are going to continue again in few of the areas. So just last week I was doing a Reiki in one of the areas. It was in Ramana Garden, and there was an old lady who was sitting and drinking some Tetra Pak juice. So it so happened that she just suddenly kept the juice packet and just started spitting right there. One of the community member who was there came running, from the community, said that, Party, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to spit, corona spreads. So I feel I'm very proud that that is the impact which probably our volunteers have done with the regular campaigning, what they are doing. That was something which really worked for us. Nalini, if you would like to add something to this.
Yeah, and also we work with all communities during the COVID, but our primary work is with waste pickers, and TB is one of the occupational hazard for us. So we are also making a series of TB posters, and we could add there also. So we connect to about around 1,000 families every year through health camp. Because of COVID, it has really reduced a little bit now, but that's another space that we will continue to, spread the message.
Wonderful. And I have the picture up here again, the picture in the center top, 12,000 families in Bengaluru. This is Hasidurala poster.
Actually, now it is 13,500.
Very good. So I haven't taken an update from you in a couple of months, and your pace is pretty good. Akshata, that example you gave was also wonderful, that, the impact is happening where the children and the community members are able to take it forward. So
while Nalini is still here, if she could just also, because we've got a very diverse set of people here, clarify that whole bit of occupational hazard. I don't think people quite relate to the fact that, somebody's spit is creating an issue for this huge, fantastic set of community workers. So if we can just have Nalini just, paint that picture, because she's been at the forefront of things really, she knows the kind of COVID cases that are occurring and TB cases that are occurring with waste workers or people in the waste industry. So if we can kind of have her come in on that as well. because this is a great time for her to do that call to arms, you know, I mean, and, you know, shine that light on the issue and the kind of impact it is creating on lives.
A very relevant point, Aparna. Nalini, do you mind adding on?
Yeah, so when you really look at the kind of occupation they are involved in, that is collecting on the street, and then they take it home, sort it, grade it. Airborne is very common thing that happens, and TB is definitely something that we have seen in all our health camps also. We do take their spittoon sample to test, and we are you know, it's a larger government program of, you know, spreading awareness about TB and identifying people with TB and treating them. So, this is something we have been doing. And off late, I also finding a lot of PKs reporting, especially wherever they have done the cement roads, and they have to sweep those cement roads, which is incomplete or partially complete, or they have not removed the debris after building the road. There also I'm seeing this kind of a problem with Paura Karmikas, that is people who are sweeping the road. So any kind of respiratory illness is a very common thing among the health, sanitation workers, be it an informal people like waste pickers, sorters, or aggregators, or market, you know, in the market, waste market. It is also true in the formal setup, and we are seeing more and more of it. So, so if they spit also, it's a big challenge for everybody else.
Thank you, Nalini. And I think a very, very thought-provoking point for us, just like the waste that we discard and litter, which some unfortunate person picks up. Here, the spit on the street, actually the first point of contact is the poor street cleaners, the unfortunate street cleaners. And all the more reason that all of us get involved to bring about awareness on this aspect as well. I'm going to play Randeep sir's video at the event which we did along with Namma Bengaluru Foundation. I forgot to share my screen. Yes. Here we go.
Spitting is a public nuisance. The public nuisance even in the SWM rules there also it is an offense. Almost 1,000 rupees fine can be levied, but now we are treating throwing of garbage, urination as a greater offense, but we are not focusing much on spitting. But spitting causes all kinds of diseases. Spitting also leads to unhygienic surroundings. ಅದರಿಂದ ಒಂದು ವಿಜುವಲ್ ಕ್ಲೀನ್ಲಿನೆಸ್ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದು ಕೂಡ ಅಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲನೂ ಸಾರ್ವಜನಿಕರ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಅರಿವು ಮೂಡಿಸೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಒಂದು ಕ್ಯಾಂಪೇನ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. And we are having our marshals also creating awareness on this, because always awareness should precede any kind of penal action. So you note that about a lot of fining is happening within the mall also, because from now the marshals and junior health inspectors will be very active in entering any kind of public premises, be it the malls, be it theaters, be it.
Yeah, so that's endorsement from BBMP that their modus operandi is awareness building along with enforcement. And we, the citizen groups, I think are better equipped to support them with the modus operandi. I think Vinod Jacob is here. Vinod, you are here. If you could just tell us about the Mask on Spit Not campaign and how people can get in touch if they would like to have the marshals and the drive in their area.
Yes. Hi Odette, hi Aparna, hi everybody from beautiful Bangalore. I think that we are doing a lot. In fact, Mask On and Spit Not is a campaign that Namma Bengaluru Foundation is actually partnering with beautiful Bengaluru. And I think, you know, we need to do and keep up this campaign and work on this more effectively. And pass this thing, especially in the times that we are in now. And COVID is here to stay, and we need to really focus on this drive. And we are here. Anybody wants to have a campaign in any of their locations, we will ensure the BBMP marshals join us and we can have this campaign going. Okay, because of the second wave, I think the on-ground campaigns are a little slow, or rather we are trying to not to have more on-ground campaigns, but we can definitely do the virtual campaigns as well as sharing a lot of information on all our social media. You're welcome. Thanks, Odette.
Thank you, Vinod. And I would like to say that like Nama Bengaluru Foundation or Hasirudallah, Sahas, we have plenty of partners and support. I'm afraid to start listing because I may miss out some. We have Whitefield Rising, Bangalore Apartments Federation. In fact, the last Bamboos conference, the whole spitting agenda came into the national level health and public health social responsibility framework, and the Bangalore Apartment Federation included Beautiful Bengaluru and me as a speaker because they accorded this attention. So the support we are getting from all partners is phenomenal. Whitefield Rising, BPAC, Bangalore Apartment Federation, plenty of them, Rich Lang. Nitya, are you around still? If you're there. So Nitya is the one again, like we have Nisha from Rajaji Nagar. Nitya is the Resident Welfare Association president of that entire area. So she's been pushing this agenda. So the point is, please make this relevant in your area. Whether or not people talk about it, it is relevant to every part of our country. And this is the call to action to everyone. Nisha, you are here. Would you like to add a bit about the exercise you did through Rajaji Nagar and some of the impact that it had?
Odette?
Yes, I'm so sorry, there was some issue with the connection. Thank you so much, Odette. I would really like to share my experience, for I learned a lot in the entire process. So we started off, it was a group of students that I happened to, gather for this entire thing of putting up this very essential board telling people not to spit. And we did it across all essential stores that were open at that point of time. This included Nandini booths, the ration shops that were there, and all medical shops, and also joints where people used to come together to in parks, and also there was a school in the locality, so we put it up on the boards. And one important thing was also that we chose particular areas, and we went out with these boards in the evening, and we asked them if we could put it up on their gates. And in the process, I think we also we happened to tell them about the entire campaign and what this aims to do and why this is so important given the period. And one thing that was really something that we didn't expect, but something that was really amazing to see is not just people who own premises like shops and other places like that, but even the residents were so forthcoming to the entire campaign because they only knew how important it was. And all of them whenever even at these homes, when they put up these boards, every time they saw someone on the street, when they were hawkers, right, they used to move around, they used to have a conversation with them, a general conversation, while telling them not to spit. So that is really nice. And when we went back to these essential Nandini shops and all of that, they constantly told us updates on how they were spreading the campaign. So that is something that is my take on this, and it is really nice to see the people of Rajaji Nagar especially take it forth. And I can attest to the fact that the people of Rajaji Nagar really understand the importance of this campaign. So thank you.
So what you're endorsing is my belief that if we put the message out there, people will see it and respond. It's not, spitting won't stop overnight, but I think there's such a powerful message there for all of us. So I request any of you who's trying out something, you're seeing the impact, please keep feeding this back to us. We'd love, because those are stories of encouragement and we can feed it back through our social media as well. Please feel free to tag us. If you just go to beautifulbengaluru.org, right on top, you'll find all our social media handles. So we also have Nupur from Adda. Adda is a portal. I think they have about maybe 7.5 lakh households across the country. Hi, Nupur. But what you all did and what was the response to this subject on Adda portal?
Yeah, thank you, Odette. Hello, everyone. Good evening. I'm Nupur. I'm the content creator in Adda, and it was a pleasure to partner with Beautiful Bharat for the Stop India Spitting campaign. So we at Adda, we are connected with a lot of housing communities, gated and villa communities across India, and we felt that it was our social responsibility to partner on this campaign and help promote hygiene and disease-free living. So Team Adda was extremely honored to be a part of the Stop India Spitting campaign. We do have a lot of website visitors who view our blogs, which gets an average, unique monthly visitors of about 30 to 40,000. And Ms. Odette Katrak's blog, guest blog on adda.io helped over 13 lakh users across 7.5 lakh households spread across 80 plus cities to understand the serious health implications the habit of spitting can have, and how they can educate their neighborhood. Yeah,
I didn't realize the number was quite that wide. So all these partners who are spreading this message across your network are very valuable allies. Thanks to them. And I'll now hand it over to Raja from Pune. Raja, incidentally, he and his wife Preeti run Sare Jahan Se Acha. It's an NGO. And for the past, they look at 4 different points, but incredibly, they have started working on spitting way back in, I think, 10 years ago or 11 years ago, right? And so let's hear from him. We jumped in because of COVID. Till then, even we didn't realize this was such a big problem. They realized the problem before that. So Raja, if you can give us a summary of what is the critical thing that the people present here, you know who they represent, a lot of the leaders of groups across the city, including residents, what takeaway for each of us and how can we implement it based on your learning?
Yeah, thank you, Odette. And I know time is short. My wife Preeti, partner in crime for everything that we do. So you said it right. What you started during Corona, actually we started during swine flu. So that there is a difference of 10 years. Otherwise, whatever you are doing is fantastic work. And we have tried everything here, believe it or not. Starting from posters to involving children to college students, school children workshop, creating jingles and anthems, performing various nukkad nataks to wall paintings in railway station, bus stands, performing street talks. Everything has been tried. Unfortunately, we can't measure. This is one activity, it is not measurable. However, the impact is seen in certain areas where people know that, yes, what I am doing is not right. However, there is no punishment given for a wrongdoer. Everybody knows that in one form or the other what they are doing, whether it's littering or spitting, is not right. But the administration sleeps, the law enforcers take a backseat for whatever reason. On the ground, there are a lot of things that are inactive. As a result, this problem is becoming difficult to address. And one of the things that you said it right is, for us to sit idle is not the solution. We go to many places and we get a lot of sarcastic comments, including from the literate crowd. What are you going to do? How are you going to change? But we somehow still carry on. And for the last 10 years, thankfully, many people join us, including we have got representations from Mumbai and Gangtok. Gangtok Municipal Corporation took a lot of inputs from us. And now I am told Gangtok is a spit-free city. So the municipal corporation and Rotary organizations, they work together, and a lot of things that they have done taking in. So what I'm trying to say is we shouldn't stop our work, whatever we are doing. One of the very nice quote which Edmund Burke had said, the only thing necessary for the triumph of the evil is for good men to do nothing. If we do nothing, the evil will continue. So I'll give a minute for Preeti to talk about what we are doing currently.
Hi, Odette, and hi, everyone. I'm so happy to see that like-minded people are together here on today's meet. And I'd like to say, Nalini, hats off. Exactly the same work that you've been doing, I do with the Safai Karamcharis here. I try to catch them during their lunch break and tell them that while you are at work, your children are playing on the streets, and the same streets are littered with that spit. So we are opening gates to tuberculosis to these little children. We are opening gates now to Corona to them. So you have to learn to tell people when you see them spitting that don't do it. Aapki gandagi mujhe saaf karni padti hai, and I am exposed to the disease. So please be polite and tell people. And as far as fining goes, I think fine is the best way to get people. Once the pocket is pinched, they will understand faster and quicker. And though all our campaigns, we do have students out on the streets to do the campaign in bus stops and in railway stations. Due to this lockdown and the pandemic having hit us, what Raja and I have done is we have branded our own vehicle. It's a duster vehicle. We have branded it with messages in 5 languages, and we have been driving across Maharashtra, driving across Pune, Mumbai. We go into by-lanes, cities, and we get fantastic expressions when people look around to read and to look at us who's inside the car spreading the message. So somehow the COVID has got them to realize, and they are very thrilled that somebody's stepping out and not having to step out of the car, but still the message is going to each one that you cannot spit. And once this lockdown is over and we've said bye to Corona and kept it a bit to the distance, our drive will continue. We are going to touch Karnataka, we are going to touch Tamil Nadu, we are coming to Hyderabad. So we will be taking the message as many places as possible. And I'm looking forward to meeting each one of you wherever you are and touching lives together with you.
Wonderful to hear that. Thanks. We eagerly await when you all come here. And this is one of the brilliant parts of this campaign, I have to say, that across the country, it has brought together people who are, as Preeti said, like-minded people working for the cause. So networking is so important to us. Please connect us with anyone across the country, any city. I see Nithya there. Nithya, do you want to take a quick, Nithya, you're around? I played the pictures, Nithya, which you'd shared with me of all the pan shops. A quick, we are very short of time, maybe half a minute. How did people respond? I mean, did they take those signs seriously? Did the spitting become less after those signs came up?
Now, I guess for our area being close to Richmond town, we had a lot of the tea bunks, you know, a lot of people who hang around near the pan shops. So for them, there was a lot of talking to them, educating them. You know, it started off with removing all their paper cups to steel cups. That's the start of it. But the next part was, how do we stop them from spitting? Because that's, again, and especially with COVID right now, we had to go in a group and talk to them. But your posters definitely helped, Odette. So that kind of made them realize that, you know, there's an organization working towards this. And we did achieve whatever little we could, but I guess it needs to be sustained. You know, there has to be a continuous talking to them and getting them to join the campaign.
Yes, thank you, Nithya. I think that's exactly what we want everyone to do.